Right now, somewhere in America, a 26-year-old man is walking out of a luxury car dealership, believing he has just made one of the smartest decisions of his life. The salesman shook his hand, congratulated him, handed him the keys, and for a few beautiful seconds he felt like he had finally stepped into the world of success. The engine sounds powerful, the leather seats smell brand new, the dashboard lights look futuristic, and as he drives onto the highway, he feels proud because he thinks this car proves he is moving forward in life. But hidden beneath that excitement is a truth so dangerous that millions of Americans are living inside it without realizing it. Because in that exact moment, without understanding it, he may have quietly locked himself into a financial prison that will steal thousands of dollars from his future over the next several years. Not because he bought a bad car, not because the company cheated him directly, but because modern financial systems have mastered something terrifying. They have learned how to make debt feel exciting. They have created a machine so perfect that people voluntarily walk into it smiling while believing they are gaining freedom, when in reality they are slowly giving away their financial future. This is the car loan trap destroying America, and the reason millions stay financially stuck without ever understanding why. In modern America, cars are not treated as luxury anymore. For millions of people, cars feel like survival itself. People need cars to commute to work every morning, drive children to school, shop for groceries, travel across cities, visit family, and simply function in everyday life. Public transportation is limited in many places, which means cars are seen as absolutely necessary. Because of this, car dealerships understand something incredibly powerful about human psychology. They know people do not walk in asking whether buying the car is truly smart. Most people walk in emotionally attached before they even see the price. And this is where the trap begins. Years ago, people asked one simple question before buying anything expensive: how much does it cost? But today, thanks to clever financing systems, that question has disappeared. Instead, almost every buyer asks only one thing: how much per month? That single question changed consumer behavior forever. Imagine you walk into a dealership and see a beautiful SUV sitting under bright lights. The price tag says $48,000. Your brain immediately reacts. Too expensive. You start feeling uncomfortable. Then suddenly the salesperson smiles and says, "Relax, you do not need $48,000. You can drive this home today for only $640 per month." Instantly, your entire thinking changes. You stop thinking about $48,000. Your brain now focuses only on $640. You start comparing it not to the actual vehicle price, but to your monthly salary. You think, maybe I can handle this. Maybe this is affordable. Maybe I deserve this. And that exact moment is where the financial trap closes around you. Because what looks like $640 monthly is hiding far more than you understand. First, there is interest. The bank is lending money and charging you for every single month you stay inside the contract. Then comes insurance, which for newer vehicles often becomes extremely expensive. Then comes maintenance costs, fuel expenses, registration fees, taxes, repair risks, and unexpected service charges. But the most brutal part of all is something most buyers completely ignore: depreciation. The second you drive the car away from the dealership, its market value begins falling instantly. Sometimes thousands of dollars disappear in value within minutes. Think about how insane that is. You are paying full price plus years of interest on an asset losing value every single day. Imagine buying a block of ice and agreeing to pay for it over 7 years while watching it melt the entire time. That is exactly what millions of Americans do every day with financed vehicles. According to the Federal Reserve System, auto loan debt across the United States has exploded into one of the largest debt categories in the country. Americans collectively owe enormous amounts simply for transportation. Even more shocking, the average monthly payment for new vehicles keeps rising higher every year. There was a time when car loans lasted 3 years, then 5 years became normal. Today, 72-month loans are common, and 84-month loans are rapidly becoming standard. Think carefully about what that means. 7 full years paying for a machine constantly losing value, aging every day, becoming outdated every year, and potentially developing repair problems long before the debt disappears. By the time people finally make the last payment, many are already thinking about replacing the car, which means the cycle begins again. Another loan, another monthly payment, another financial commitment stealing future income. The true danger of car loans goes much deeper than most people realize, because every dollar sent toward unnecessary debt is money that never gets the chance to build wealth elsewhere. Imagine investing that same $600 every month instead of paying it toward a depreciating machine. Over time, compound growth could transform financial futures, but instead, millions direct those dollars into debt while convincing themselves they are succeeding simply because something expensive is sitting in the driveway. But here is the brutal truth. Ownership means nothing when the bank controls the asset until the contract ends. And now comes the darkest part of this trap. Life never stays predictable. People lose jobs unexpectedly. Medical emergencies happen without warning. Inflation rises, rent increases, food costs go higher, family responsibilities suddenly grow. Financial pressure can arrive from every direction at once. But the lender does not care about your circumstances. The payment remains due every single month. Miss enough payments and repossession begins. Imagine spending years paying faithfully only to lose the car because one difficult season destroyed your ability to keep up. Years of payments instantly disappear. The vehicle is taken away. Your credit score suffers major damage. Stress levels explode. Future borrowing becomes more difficult. And because transportation remains necessary, many people are forced back into another desperate financing agreement just to survive daily life. This is exactly how the cycle repeats itself endlessly. Another loan replaces the previous loan. Debt becomes permanent. Banks profit while families remain financially trapped. The system does not force people into debt through violence. It traps them through convenience. Dealerships sell excitement. Lenders sell access. Advertising sells status. Society quietly teaches people that driving expensive vehicles equals success. But real financial success has absolutely nothing to do with appearances. The biggest lie modern finance has sold ordinary Americans sounds simple, but destroys wealth every day. If you can afford the monthly payment, then you can afford the car. That statement feels logical, but it is one of the most dangerous financial beliefs in modern society. Because affordability is not measured by whether you can survive monthly payments. Affordability is measured by opportunity cost. Every dollar locked into debt is a dollar that cannot work for your future. Wealth is never built by buying liabilities disguised as success. Wealth is built by controlling cash flow, reducing unnecessary obligations, and allowing money to grow instead of disappear. But millions never learn this lesson because consumer culture trains people to chase appearances instead of freedom. A beautiful car can impress strangers for a few seconds, but financial freedom can transform an entire lifetime. The scary truth is that many Americans are not poor because they earn too little money. Many stay poor because too much of their income gets consumed by bad debt decisions that feel normal simply because society accepts them. The next time someone says it is only $700 per month, stop for a second and ask yourself one uncomfortable question. Am I actually buying a car, or am I quietly selling away years of my financial future in exchange for temporary status? Because sometimes the most expensive purchase in your entire life is not the mansion, not the business failure, not the bad investment. Sometimes the most expensive decision is the thing parked right outside your house, the thing society convinced you was freedom, when in reality, it became the chain holding back your wealth. And that is the terrifying reason millions of Americans continue driving directly into a trap they never even realize exists until it is far too late.